everyone, and welcome to Business Chat. Today's conversation focuses on challenges faced by commercial agents and brokers to quickly deploy successful marketing strategies as the digital landscape continues to evolve. Are you challenged to maximize the ROI of your current marketing campaigns? Is it difficult for you to target business niches based on granular demographics? Well, I'm joined by two of our experts. Dan Mullooly is the Director of Product Management who manages our strategy and roadmap for the commercial insurance vertical. Dan is joined by Tony Romero, a Senior Product Manager with Experian, with an extensive background in developing our marketing solutions. Gentlemen, welcome.
Good to be here.
So Dan and Tony, we just introduced a new bundle offering called Rapid Growth SMB Bundle. Who do we have in mind when we decided to bundle a set of solutions, Dan?
Yeah, sure, Gary. So the primary audience that we're trying to help here are brokers and agents who have been using some outdated solutions or solutions that are no longer getting them to the results that they want to. And so we really tried to cater this bundled offering to that particular audience.
Thanks for that additional detail. Can you talk about what we are seeing in the insurance space that led us to create the bundle?
Yeah, absolutely. So the clients that we've spoken with have expressed, really a few common challenges across the board. One of them being, being able to execute on high-performing marketing campaigns. And they've expressed some issues with things like not having enough data, or I should say inadequate data. And then also the data that they do have might have become stale. So they might not be reaching out to the right contact information that they once had for a particular customer. The other thing is too that we hear is that there's a lack of usage of data and analytics within their process for running their marketing campaigns. So they don't have a good understanding of whether or not a campaign is working or not working. And so we really try to help them with understanding through our solutions, help them understand how they could overcome some of these challenges and get a better return of a better ROI from some of the solutions we can help to offer.
Interesting. So what market insights are you following related to winners in the space and how they use data and analytics?
Well, first and foremost, I'd say those brokers or agents who choose to embrace data and analytics within their campaigns to do things like further personalization or targeting specific segments, there's definitely a sense of success that we see and typically leads to a significant increase in lead conversion rates for these campaigns. We also see, opportunities for some of our customers to look at the existing book that they have before they go out and try to prospect to new businesses and really look inside that book and say, hey, where can I have a meaningful impact on some of the customers I already have? It's well known that selling to an existing customer is much easier than selling to a new prospect. And by some of the analysis we've seen, we see that this trend could be anywhere from 3 to 12 times more likely to win over new business from an existing client than from a prospect. And so our solutions are geared to help with some of these key insights and trends that we're seeing in the marketplace. And Tony will talk about those in a little bit.
So can you describe some of the problems clients are facing that are being addressed with these bundled solutions?
Well, there's a lot of competition in the market, first and foremost. We see a lot of our clients who are trying to capture the same audiences. They're trying to go after those good risks. And on the back end, we see areas where there's just not enough differentiation within their marketing efforts. And so we can help by really helping to hone in on some of those audiences you're truly after, make sure that your messaging is well received, and also make sure that we're identifying the best risks for your particular appetite. Second would be we see agents and brokers who are just using these traditional methods, which are not having the profound impact that they might have once had within the industry. We see things like just using direct mailers. And, really, you have to go beyond just doing that. That's not enough for today's landscape. So there's additive ways that we can help with solutions, such as combining your direct mail with maybe an email campaign. And when you do this, you're getting to have multiple touch points with customers that you're targeting. And then lastly is just really helping to enable more of a digital strategy for marketing efforts. Again, going back to the direct mail, if you're just going the direct mail route and you don't have a digital strategy, you're going to have a difficult time reaching the audiences and having better conversion rates. So what's the takeaway from here? So being able to consistently deliver your messages across multiple different channels will help you into 2024 and beyond as the landscape continues to evolve for marketing.
So, Tony, tell me more about the new Rapid Growth SMB Bundle for insurance.
When Dan came to me with the needs and concerns of the carriers and agents and brokers, we sat down and collaborated on a bundle that was very focused on these needs. And these options were designed to effectively maximize our clients' marketing budget across their customer lifecycle or across their levels of sophistication. Overall, we have a very comprehensive marketing toolkit, but we wanted to be very focused. And so we defined an essentials option, intermediate, and advanced.
What do each of the options include? Can you go into further detail?
Yes. Before I do, I just wanted to mention that we view ourselves as a marketing advisor, a trusted consultant to help identify the right marketing strategy for our clients. What's the right data to be used? What are the right services to be utilized? What's the timing? So all of that comes together to help our clients truly maximize their campaigns. And so with these options, we have the essential package, which, as Dan mentioned, is focused around existing client bases. So our clients who want to upsell or cross-sell to their existing customer base, this is the right package here. And it includes our lead list, which includes over 17 million verified business records with contacts. As Dan mentioned, some of our clients have stale data. Well, first and foremost, you want to be able to make sure that data is correct and current. So our lead list can help to ensure that we're filling in the gaps where any data is missing, or to fix stale data or incorrect data. Secondly, we have our consumer to business linkage capability. And this is where our clients can take a look at their consumer customer base and identify those individuals who also are involved with a business and be able to promote business products to those individuals who have businesses. And lastly, to Dan's point, we can provide email capabilities to provide a multi-channel marketing approach. This includes not only providing business emails and or consumer emails, but we can also act as an agency where we're helping to develop creative. We can deploy an email campaign. We can track the level of engagement and conversions on emails. So we can provide the full gamut in order to create those multi-touch points. Now, along with this, we can provide analytics services, and this is for both the essential and the intermediate package. So we can start by doing simple profiling or segmentation, which is identifying certain key attributes where you might want to focus a marketing campaign towards. So that could be certain industries, it could be geolocation, it could be the company size or the company revenue. Whatever elements you want to add to a profiling, we can do that to identify what's the right prospects to go market to. Secondly, we can also do what's called a lookalike analysis, which is another step further. With lookalike analysis, you're looking at your existing customer base, you're identifying who are the ideal customers, what are their attributes, why did they convert, and being able to use those levels of attributes to be able to then identify a marketing or prospect list who have similar attributes to be able to promote to. And that certainly leads to higher conversion rates. Next is the intermediate option. And that's now where a client may focus, instead of focusing on marketing towards their existing client base, now they want to look outside the four walls or out to the open market and doing more of a true prospecting. And so here's where the intermediate package plays in. We provide, on top of the essential package, we provide lead enrichment. We can provide data hygiene to ensure that all of the data that we're prospecting to is the most current and accurate. In addition, we also can provide an omni-channel marketing approach. And this is where, instead of having a disjointed direct mail and a disjointed email marketing campaign, we really combine this now into more of a unified marketing campaign, where you're making sure that the timing, the messaging, the call to action is unified between a direct mail piece, email, and or social media, all together combined, and tracking the conversions and the engagement rates to make sure that you can learn from it for the next round of marketing. And lastly, we have our advanced option. The advanced option now brings in a higher level of a data-driven set of strategies. So for example, we can do higher levels of segmentation. We can do pre-screen and pre-qualification campaigns that either use just commercial data alone or commercial and consumer data together to provide a blended pre-screen, pre-qual approach. We also have diversity and equity indicators to identify minority-led businesses or women-led businesses. So that's another element we can provide. And then on the analytics side, our commercial data scientist team can provide very predictive response models that can provide yet another level of targeting for marketing campaigns.
Interesting. So what's unique about the Experian offering?
Yeah, I'd say the way to frame this is that the depth and the breadth and the accuracy of our data is really unique to what we can offer here. First I'll say that we have kind of the best way to say it is a 360 view of our prospects. We can use demographic data, firmographic data, risk data, all together to really hone in on who are the right prospects to go after. And also to suppress the businesses that do have high risk or don't fit the right profile. So there's a lot that we can do with segmenting there. Also, I'll say we have a superior small business database. Our capability to identify micro businesses, maybe they don't have a file at all, or it's a thin file. We can still identify that these opportunities or prospects are worth marketing towards. And it goes beyond what most other vendors have capability to do. We also provide affordable and rapid deployment with a very data-driven refinement for our solutions. And so, for example, once we've defined a strategy, we can deploy within 5 business days. And we do this all within the way I like to describe our capability is, again, as a consultant, to make it easy for our clients to define what their strategies need to be, to define what their campaigns need to look like, and to then measure the results of those campaigns.
Wow, it sounds like the suite of solutions that you've put here and the options that you've given to agents and brokers, it's going to get them a lot further faster. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Ease of use, being able to do rapid deployment, we're here to help. And again, we can tailor our solutions accordingly for every client.
Excellent stuff. Dan, Tony, thanks so much for coming on Business Chat. You've given us a lot to think about. If the Rapid Growth SMB Bundle sounds like something that you would like to explore, please reach out to your Experian Commercial Insurance Account Executive to start a conversation. Thanks for watching, everyone.